photos, and all of a sudden they came back with this idea. Then this year, a web documentary. Again, this is nothing special, but you can't go out, shoot a story, then come back and later on decide that you want to do this. You have the editor or the reporter had to take pictures. They had to make sure that these pictures go nicely with the text. They had to take pictures to turn it into graphics so that finally the user can navigate through that story. Again, that's something which only works if the Pope has done its job in the beginning. And then, of course, we're part of Facebook. Now, which brings us to Waldo. Let's quickly look at the user and the user's side. I believe this is the message that we have to embrace, whether we want it or not. I think nobody here in this room just loves change just for the sake of it. I think we would all like to stay away from it if we could. Unfortunately, and that was my statement in the beginning, I think we have to embrace change and see it as part of the game, part of the current situation that we all as editors go through. Because there is something that we need to enable. First thing is the skill shift, and that's something we have talked about yesterday. Again, a very clumsy term, but what does it mean? It means we have to work with all these tools, we have to understand the tools, the content management systems, the different devices. That's a certain skill set. And I think it was Wolfgang Blau today who was talking about this, how hard it is for him to find new people who understand this new way of thinking. And of course, I was mentioning that we do a lot of training, and we have difficulties in finding people who know these skills. But what is even more important than this, because this can be trained, something which is a lot harder, is the mind shift. It's a digital mind, it's a different mind, a way of thinking that has to be understood by the editors. Otherwise, they will not really go along and do what needs to be done. And we gave this a different name. We called it the Facebook mind. Some of you might find this looks a little bit horrible, we just use this picture because it sticks into the minds of the editors when we're explaining it to them. Because what we said is, take just Facebook as a symbol or a synonym for social media. As the editor, you have to think like the users, and you have to try to get yourself into their head. So otherwise, it's not going to work. And some of these terms, because that's what we believe the future is, if we just stand at a gate, because we consider ourselves as gatekeepers, we are the ones to decide what is right, what is wrong. We're standing on top of this mountain and we're broadcasting down on these people, then we're out. We have to stop this top-down broadcasting, and in a way that's why I